नमस्कार। भारतीय ज्ञान प्रणाली आज इस अवसर पर हमारे बीच उपस्थित भारत की परम आदरणीय माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति श्री जगदीप धनखड़ जी, हमारे बीच उपस्थित माननीय डॉक्टर सुदेश धनखड़ जी, जवाहरलाल नेहरू विश्वविद्यालय की सम्मानित कुलपति प्रोफेसर शांतिश्री धूलीपुरी पंडित जी, प्रोफेसर एमएस क्षेत्र जी, जेएनयू के सम्मानित शिक्षकगण और हमारे बीच उपस्थित सभी महानुभाव। Today is a very important day for all of us. First of all, let me express my heartfelt gratitude to JNU, IKS and Heritage Association, and Srimanta Sankardev Special Center of Indic Studies, JNU, for organizing this first annual academic conference on Indian knowledge system, for inviting me to the inaugural ceremony today. India has a legitimate heritage in the form of its ancient knowledge system to be truly proud of, without requiring outside validation. We have a huge corpus of literature covering all aspects of life by reflecting its own experiences and using its own metaphysics. Our Vedas, Samhitas, Upanishad included treatises on the philosophical aspect and deep discussion on the body, soul, nature, consciousness, and the universe. From Ayurveda, which included medical and surgical science and foundational texts such as Susruta Samhita, Saraka Samhita, to Ayurveda, including texts such as Kautilya's Arthashastra, Niti Sutra, Panchatantra, Hitopadesha, dealing with economics, political science, defense, trade and commerce, civil and military engineering, etc. Our ancient Indian knowledge system is an ocean of deep wisdom. Repeated foreign invasion resulted in a sense from production to protections of generated knowledge, and over a period due to the constant colonial onslaught, knowledge output was put to a stop. Independence should have brought about a sense, but unfortunately, a heavy colonial mindset weighs upon our intellectual, academics, and educated Indians who continue to parrot the same understanding as the colonizers. Very few turn to question the colonial narratives. Knowledge comes through three levels of mind: instinct, intellect, and intuition. Aurobindo says that the highest knowledge state of the civilization in the past was that of intuition, where the rishis played a primary role. The age of reason was in fact a degeneration of the state of civilization. India's rich and advanced knowledge system have been forgotten and overshadowed by other traditions. The archival material of the colonial description of Indian sciences and technologies seriously undermine the legitimacy of standard perception about Indian society. Government led by late Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, recognizing the need to preserve and promote the Indian system of medicine, created the Department of Ayurveda, Yoga and Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy in 2003. For decades, this ancient knowledge was sidelined by previous government, treated as outdated rather than invaluables. The change under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, which restored pride and purpose to India's traditional medical heritage. For reviving the profound knowledge of our ancient knowledge systems, medicines under the Indian knowledge system, the central government under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi formed the Ministry of Ayush in 2014. A defining moment came in 2014 when India made history at the United Nations General Assembly with a record of 177 countries co-sponsoring the resolution to declare 21st June as International Yoga Day. It was not just global recognition of yoga as an ancient Indian holistic knowledge system. This was India reclaiming its legacy and offering it to the world. In the past 11 years, India's ancient knowledge system had found a growing global footprint, with traditional medicine and yoga evolving into powerful instrument of international engagement. In the past 11 years, India is no longer just a custodian of traditional knowledge system. It is a global catalyst for wellness. Another important facet of our Indian knowledge system has been for more than 5 millennia old maritime sector. Ancient texts like Yukti, Kalpataru and Artha Shastra documented our advanced maritime and naval strategies. Satavahana coins dating as far back as the 2nd century BC to the 3rd century BC also depict the use of winds for the purpose of oceanic navigation. India was the first in the world to develop and build man-made dockyard 4,500 years back at Lothal, Gujarat. Prabhahana, Mahanava, Himsaka or pirate ships and boats also find mention in the ancient Indian scripture. Sangam period texts delineated different types of seagoing ships as they move in the seas with the help of wind sail. The Pallavas and Cholas carried maritime activities with the countries of the Far East and China from 7th to 10th centuries. The English word navigation itself may have been progressively derived from the Sanskrit word navgati. Here, nav means a ship or a vessel, and gati means speed or progress. I am also happy to know that as part of the upcoming conference, the Center will convene 2 dedicated sessions focusing on the Bhakti movement and Satra tradition in Assam. Mahapurush Srimanta Shankardev was a versatile genius who has revolutionized the whole of Assamese society. He was the greatest spiritual leader of Assam who simplified the modes of religious practices with great emphasis on bhakti, and he made it accessible to every member of the society by rendering the Holy Scripture into the language of people. Mahapurush Srimanta Shankardev's contribution to the field of religious and socio-cultural fabric of the Assamese community is unparalleled. His role as a propagator of new Vaishnavism, hold importance not only in the context of Assam but also in the history of Bhakti tradition across the nation. The ancient India knowledge systems were deeply interdisciplinary, combining engineering, philosophy, and ethics, something the globe is rediscovering today. In this conference, let us all explore the increasing contemporary relevance of the precious Indian knowledge system and reflect on how we can incorporate ancient practices into our modern life for a more sustainable future. JNU as a center of national thought and global contribution has a very vital role in this endeavor of rediscovering and reconnecting with India's rich intellectual, cultural, and scientific heritage. I once again commend the far-sighted endeavor of JNU for organizing this first annual academic conference on Indian knowledge system. मैं आज इस अवसर पर विशेष रूप से माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति जी को धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं। आपने हमें प्रोत्साहित की है और इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम हमारे लिए कितनी बड़ी एक बिंदु है जिस पर हमें नई पीढ़ियों को भी विशेष रूप से बाय हार्ट एंड सोल इन्वॉल्व होना चाहिए, क्योंकि नॉलेज फ्रॉम नेचर। मैं कुछ दिन पहले माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी की आशीर्वाद से मुझे आयुष मंत्रालय संभालने के लिए मौका मिला था और अब मैं मिनिस्टर ऑफ पोर्ट शिपिंग वाटरवेज प्रकृतियों से मेरा एक गंभीर रिश्ता बन चुका है, क्योंकि पानी प्रकृति का ही रूप है और प्रकृति प्राणियों के लिए बनी गई है और प्रकृति रहेगा तो प्राणी रहेगा। जल से जलवायु, इन चीजों को विशेष रूप से हमें समझना चाहिए, क्योंकि आज जैसे दुनिया की सब देशों ने ये उपलब्धि की है, आप जैसे मौसम बदल रहा है, क्लाइमेट चेंज एंड ऑल्सो ग्लोबल वार्मिंग, ये हमारे लिए बहुत चिंतनीय विषय है। तो इसका साथ मुकाबला कैसे करें? थ्रू क्लाइमेट एक्शन हम प्रकृति का ख्याल रखें। आज कुछ समय पहले हमें परम आदरणीय उपराष्ट्रपति जी की मार्गदर्शन से और हमारे जेएनयू की बड़े काबिल हमारे वाइस चांसलर और मैडम उपराष्ट्रपति जी की सभी की उपस्थिति में आज हमें एक पेड़ मां के नाम ये कार्यक्रम में भाग लेने के लिए मुझे मौका मिला। इसके लिए मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं, क्योंकि ये कार्यक्रम इतना महत्वपूर्ण है हमारे खुद के लिए है, क्योंकि कोविड कालखंड में हमने ये महसूस की है, अगर ऑक्सीजन नहीं दिया तो प्रकृति ने, हम सब मर जाते। That is why I firmly believe economy not at the cost of ecology and environment. Economy and ecology and environment must grow hand in hand. Water to wisdom, water to weather, water to the wealth, water to the world. जलमार्ग ने हमें वो व्यवस्था प्रदान की है, कितनी बड़ी उपलब्धि है। तो इसलिए मैं तो चाहूंगा ये इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम जो हमारे ऋषि मुनियों ने तपस्या कालखंड में बहुत बड़ी शक्ति हासिल की है और शक्ति हमें उन्होंने दे के गए है, ये हमारे विरासत की जो भी शक्ति है और हमारे सांस्कृतिक जो धरोहर है, इन चीज को हम अगर मान्यता दे तो हमारी 21वीं शादी में परम आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने हमें लक्ष्य दी है, अगली 25 साल के अंदर अमृत कालखंड के अंदर हमें भारत को आत्मनिर्भर भारत बनानी है। भारत ही महाभारत है, ये मैं अंदर से महसूस करता हूं। महाशक्तिशाली है, महाशांति है, महाज्ञानी है, तो ये हमारे सबसे बड़े शक्ति का आधार है। तो आज मैं तो कहूंगा माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति, one of the tallest legal luminary of the country, I always respect him because whenever he goes and he address, always he enlightened us. So with these few words, आप सभी यहाँ उपस्थित सभी को मैं अपने हृदय से आपके चरणों में कोटि कोटि प्रणाम। नमस्कार।
Thank